What's up, everybody? I'm Matt with Vegas Odds, as you can see right here, and I'm back at it with some of the latest news in the sports industry. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so instead of wasting your time, let's get right into this. A lot of talk right now is Cam Newton and the COVID-19 protocol. Apparently, there were some misunderstandings. Cam Newton went and had some symptoms, so he went through and did his COVID testing in a facility off premise. This is hopefully the last COVID-related news article that's going to happen, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. But either way, Cam Newton, he's going to be back with the team on Thursday. Let's switch it over to baseball, because baseball is a game of history, and a recent player, one of the greats to play this game, just etched his name in history, hitting his 500th home run. Miguel Cabrera. Unfortunately, he only did it in front of 14,685 fans at the Rogers Center. Legend. And that's true. He is an absolute legend. Cabrera did receive a rousing standing ovation from the crowd. Every single player, everybody in the stadium. He's the first player in the history of the Detroit Tigers to accomplish this feat in that uniform, and is one of the greatest players in history of the franchise. Congratulations, Miguel Cabrera, from the whole entire staff right here on Vegas Odds. Back to some NFL news. Who's going to start for what team Week 1? Having competition for places is usually a positive thing in football, but ideally, you want to have your starting quarterback confirmed early into preseason so they can work with the starters and kind of start to gel with the receivers. Some of the odds, and talk a little bit about each quarterback matchup for a couple of different teams. We're going to start off with the San Francisco 49ers. Trey Lance versus Jimmy G. There's absolutely no doubt that this job is eventually going to be given to Lance, but uncertainties come down to when rather than if. Lance has shown a positive sign in preseason, but there's not really a favorite to start Week 1. But as you can see right here on VegasOdds.com, will Trey Lance start in Week 1? The Vegas odds are in. Yes, plus 300. No, minus 400 are the odds. So let's talk New England. Cam Newton versus Mac Jones. We talked about the whole COVID thing. Hopefully that doesn't, hurt Cam Newton with his chances. But it feels like another situation where Mac Jones is inevitably going to take over, but it still feels unlikely that he gets the nod straight away. The most likely scenario is that Newton has a bounce-back year of sorts. Perhaps he takes the Patriots back to the playoffs before heading to Washington to link up with Ron Rivera. So the odds are, yes, Mac Jones will start at plus 250, and no, he's not going to start because it's going to be Cam Newton at minus 300. Now let's talk Denver Broncos. You have Drew Lock versus Teddy Bridgewater. Drew Lock was one of those quarterbacks who was hyped up as a potential first rounder because of the importance of the position, but he ended up going in the second round of the 2019 NFL draft, something that's both a blessing and a curse. But either way, Drew Lock is playing backyard football out there. He's looking good. Bridgewater is a solid quarterback, lots of success wherever he goes. Vegas Odds has the odds. Drew Lock minus 190. Teddy Bridgewater plus 130. Super close. Make sure you guys keep an eye on that one. All right, let's talk the Chicago Bears. Andy Dalton versus Justin Fields versus Nick Foles. The Dalton line exists for a reason, as Andy Dalton is living, kind of just averagely there. It's not a bad thing in many ways, as he can move an offense up and down the field and can even take a team all the way. They have an elite defense and some weapons in the passing game. Will Justin Fields start for the Chicago Bears? Andy Dalton's coming in at minus 200. Justin Fields plus 200. Nick Foles plus 1,000. If it is a dark horse for Nick Foles to be that starter for Week 1. In New Orleans Saints, you have Jameis Winston versus Taysom Hill. The post-Drew Brees era was never going to be easy, while constantly finishing in the playoffs and going all out for one final Super Bowl is always going to kind of restrict the Saints when it came to going after a big-name free agent quarterback or someone in the draft. As a result, their options going into the season, they're not perfect, with both Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill coming into the campaign with major red flags. According to Vegas Odds, will Jameis Winston start Week 1? Yes. Minus 190. No. Plus 140. Another close matchup. Stay tuned for that right here on VegasOdds.com. Let us know in the comments, though, who you think is going to be the starter for each of those teams. We'd love to see what you have to say. And some UFC news, because right here on Vegas Odds, we do the latest news in the industry, all the industries, all of the sports. UFC video, Colby Covington vows to finish off Usman at UFC 268. Speaking ahead of his welterweight title rematch against champion Usman, the hugely exciting title bout saw Covington take Usman into deep waters before eventually being finished off in the 5th round. Many fight fans believe the American poses the biggest threat to Usman's title, and this is what Covington had to say. We're going to finish him we just have a better game plan now. Covington versus Usman, Vegas odds. Covington plus 240. The champ coming in at minus 300 for the odds to win. We can't thank you enough for taking some time out of your busy day to come hang out with us. Stay tuned for more exciting news from VegasOdds.com. Again, I'm Matt with Vegas Odds. Stay safe, stay informed, everybody.